How's it going? Quick video, guys. Just some information regarding the lot we purchased last week. I'm going to show you guys a drone over of how the lot looks and the location and kind of go through some of the process with you. Let's get it going here. So we've been working pretty hard on this, even though we didn't have land just yet. We were going hard with the estimating, meeting contractors, and get going. So it's been nonstop since October. So now we're about 2 months later, and we've got everything in order, plus the land, which is great. So this is the street. You kind of see already there's already customs being built on the street. It's all really nice. This zone we're in, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. I'm sure people already know about it. But this is an area where there's not much properties available for sale, actually. You know what I mean? So this is very niche product here. And we got lucky because we're on the canal. We got about $50,000 in improvements that we didn't pay for. You kind of see the back. Like, this is important to me, being in real estate. Clearly, we're not buying crap and trying to make something out of it. Look at this, right? We're not the first to do it. So look at all these beautiful properties on the other side of the canal. If you kind of see, they're all beautiful, all nice custom. You know, you can already tell there's a nice affluent base here already. So we're not reinventing the wheel. We're going to have good bases. There's my elder millennialness trying to fly a drone. I can definitely drive a car better than that thing for sure. But here it is. Let's keep it going. Let's go. So we're going to cross over. Kind of show you guys the lot itself. And this is another thing to watch out for when we learn through the process. And this is obviously good for clients. We have a client now that's looking to buy a building lot, and now we've done all the due diligence, and away we go. So if you see the sewer grate here, this is, you got to watch because there's a pipe going right into the canal here. This is obviously collecting street water and stuff like that, like runoff, then shooting it out into the canal, obviously for flooding. This is not like it's one property and that's all it gets it. It's like this, probably every 10 lots will have this sewer grate, and then with the pipe going into the back. I'm going to show you a little detail on that right now, actually. So this is our lot. If you can kind of see the top of it, this sewer grate is basically this purple line going through. It's okay. It's not going to impede on the building. If it's a little bit on our side, about 12 inches. It looks like I went to go see it in person, and actually that's why I ran the drone, because it's easily to kind of see where the drop out is here, because not even the county would know. But it's okay. We just got to build off of it, and then we have enough of a setback, so we're good to go. Again, if you kind of look at all these beautiful properties in the rear. And this is the canal. We're about 80 feet wide here, so you can kind of, you see here that people have, you know, like paddle boats and stuff like that. Some people actually have power boats, because you can kind of cruise through these canals and, you know, get some spare time, even if you want to do some fishing. And this is what really attracted us. And I was laughing earlier to myself, because we were looking at the letters. When Mike came down in October, we were like submitting letters, and we did all our due diligence. We were tracking down every sort of lot possible, and this was one of them. And so we contacted the realtor because it was expired. They didn't want to get on the market, and we were hounding this seller that was in Germany. So we sent to the lawyer, we sent to the seller in Germany. It was this whole process here. So this is what we kept hounding. So then clearly they reach back to the realtor. Realtor puts it on the market. They reach out to us, clearly because we've been hounding his seller. We give them an offer. We're willing to pay for it, a lot lower than what they wanted, like 20%. And they basically succumb to about 15% below asking, which is great. And you gotta remember, this is a seawall in today's market. You know, you gotta think about the permitting issues. You gotta, obviously this is a canal. You're gonna have to block water off. You're gonna have to pour forms in, you know, and obviously in a canal, so there's a whole. It's a huge project. It's not like it's an easy thing. You're building a partition wall on ground. This is like you're dealing with water and obviously wildlife, and you can't, obviously the erosion into the water is a whole issue with that. Also the permitting process, the length of time, and then the cost. So we're looking at this about $35,000 clearly. And just remember, this is US dollars. So $35,000 just to do the seawall, I would imagine, with this beautiful decking. And the decking is quite large. This is gotta be about 15 feet by something by 10. It's a pretty large deck here, which is great. Clearly here we'll put some patio chairs and stuff like that and kind of dress it all up. We might even tile it. We'll see how that works out, the process. And then just talking about that pipe earlier, what I was talking about, that sewer grate, you can see it spouting out right here. So it's right at the edge. Our line is right here. This is the pipe. So it's like literally, it's a 15-inch pipe. So it's probably centered maybe, I don't know, 2 feet or so. So it's maybe 2 feet into our line, which is okay. We're going to, look how beautiful this canal is, right? It's gorgeous. And if you see all the new product, this is what's great. We're not the first to do it. Look at all this new product here. So this is a good little area. People would want to be in here. It's very desirable, clearly. And you see that pipe there again. Good thing about a drone, it's so useful. Every realtor should have a drone based on this, especially if you're for clients, stuff like that. It just makes so much sense. You can find out so much more information that you normally wouldn't see on land, and you'd have to hire someone to come out and fly. And the chance of you hiring someone to fly are probably nil, and you're not going to capture everything that you're going to need. You can kind of see the area here. I'm going to go straight up, show you guys like an overhead of the property. Yeah, so here it is. So this area is going to get a new hospital. It's got a whole bunch of improvement going on here. There's like a whole area that they're going to reestablish, like the county of Cape Coral, which is exciting, clearly, because we bought a piece of property nearby. And look at all these new roofs. So these are all new construction that's happening. This is the other side of the canal. Our side's more desirable, clearly. I feel anyway. I should, because I own it. So when you see these canals, you can kind of go for hours. You can kind of flow and do your thing. So that's that. And then what we're going to do now, and what we decided just based on the land, clearly it's a beautiful parcel. This is the actual survey to the property. So it's 80 feet by 125. That's the depth and the width of the lot. This is normal. They're all cut up the same. This is the house, the front elevation of the property. Being like where we bought this property, and a canal and a seawall and a dock and the whole thing, clearly what we're going to do now is basically put a third-car garage on it because the house deserves it. And now we're going to look at setbacks because clearly we designed this property to be 58 feet wide, so we're gonna have to extend another 8 to 10 feet, probably 10 feet, just to get another garage on. So it's gonna kind of look like this. This is funny because this is out here, but it'll be like 10 feet out, and then probably 20 feet back, clearly. And then what we'll do here is we'll have like a through door. So if you're cutting the grass, or you need to have like you can actually build this into a cabana in a sense, right? So have like a through door, which would be great. We are looking at a setback. We're at 7.5 foot setbacks from the center lines. We're at 22 feet right now. We have on reserve to put a garage in. We're going to be short about 3 feet, so we're going to have to basically either we get some sort of agreement with the county in order to kind of like maybe have a smaller setbacks instead of 7.5. If we had 6 on either side, it would be perfect. But this garage is oversized. We're about 22 feet. We can have to shrink it down, maybe take 2 feet out of this, and then maybe take a foot out of the garage, and then ultimately get that third car in. So that's going to be exciting for sure. And then we have, obviously, we checked in. This was another bonus for us too, because this is the expansion here, the utility expansion. Basically, the sewer and water were installed a couple of years ago. So the previous owner is basically paying all these dues yearly. So we're down to, instead of 18,000, it's down to about 8,000 now. So he's paid most of them off, and this is a fee that we can kind of transfer to the new buyer going forward. We'll see how that works out closer to when we do sell the property, if we're going to include it or not. And then we have one tortoise on file here. If you kind of see, we kind of did our due diligence on all the property, and it's all the information possible. I think it's actually here. It might say here tortoise. Yeah, so tortoise is on site. There's one turtle. It's at the front portion of the lot. I think I went through with the last video. So just at the front portion of the lot. Good thing is, it looks like we'll be able to build with him with the turtle there. We're going to build just a silt fence around it, and then ultimately build the house. And then once we're finished building, so we don't disrupt their habitat, we're going to uproot the turtle, and then you have to bring him to a sanctuary. So he lives a really good life with the other turtles that have been removed from these building lots. But that's it. That's the start of the project. We've done all our due diligence, so we are firm as of today. So let's go.